Hi, this is Ben Goldstein with Israeli Combat Training. I want to ask you a question, and the question is directed towards everybody out there that does carry a gun on a daily basis. What is a warrior? What makes a warrior? Each of us have in our mind the picture of what a warrior looks like, what a warrior acts like, the code of a warrior. We've read books on it, we've seen movies about it, but everybody has their own opinion. I'm not really going to suggest too much today. Instead, I'm going to present an open-ended question, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. Write to me, what is a warrior? What does a warrior mean to you? My idea of a warrior is best described in a couple of small examples. Example number one, female police officer in the United States. She was shot in the heart by a perp. She was a dead woman walking. She literally had a few seconds to live before the oxygen just ran out and she was dead. She was gone. But what was the last act she did in her life? She didn't freeze up and die. No, the last act she did was she had her own pistol out and she shot the guy through the eyeball and killed him. That's warrior number one. Warrior number two. I had the pleasure and honor of running a security assessment at a synagogue in South Florida 3.5 years ago. And I had a black backpack at the entrance with wires sticking out to represent a suspicious package. I waited in the parking lot. Nobody knew who I was. All I was a name to them. They've never seen me before. I waited with a notebook, and I made a check mark after each person would pass the bag without looking at it or saying something about it. All the security team, the armed security team, the tough guys, the tough ladies, they all walked past it. Some of them looked at it and kept walking. Finally, at the end, as I was really starting to lose hope for these people, this very, very elderly lady with a cane who could hardly move walked up into the entrance. And she looked down at the bag, and she kept shuffling another 1 or 2 steps. And then she turned around and looked again. And she looked left, didn't see anybody, looked right at the entrance, didn't see anybody, and she looked behind her, and she saw me standing there. Doesn't know who I am. And she asked me, she said, "Excuse me, young man, does this bag belong to you?" I walked up to her, I fell down on my knees, and I said, "God bless you, you are a warrior." And I did, just like that. And she smiled, and she didn't quite understand what I was saying. Turns out, I learned about her background. She was a Holocaust survivor, survived Auschwitz. Here's a 91-year-old woman that did the job that most of you wouldn't do. If you see something, say something is not just a phrase. It's a mindset. It all goes back to the training. What is mindset? It's something you live with on a daily basis that helps you to become the man or woman you truly want to be to protect those that are innocent. Whether it's your family or whether it's people you've never met before. A warrior is someone, while everybody else is running backwards in fear, even though you're scared to death, even though you're shaking, you're still moving forward. You're moving towards the attack. That's a warrior. I welcome your suggestions. I want to hear from you what you believe a warrior is. I'll tell you what a warrior isn't. A warrior isn't somebody who spends all their money on guns and gear. All that makes you as a person is somebody who spends money on guns and gear. It means nothing. I can give you a scalpel today, and that doesn't make you a doctor. It makes you somebody with a scalpel. I want you to become more proficient in what you do on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, second by second. I want you to learn how to work with fear. I want you to learn how to always attack your attacker. I want you to develop an ironclad, unbreakable warrior mindset. Don't wait until you have to become a lion to become a lion. Do it now. Have a great day.